Once Human just got some brand new developer updates. Additionally, we'll cover some new things with Prism Clash, as well as some new documents from the Once Human team. Next up, we'll cover some feedback around the new scenario and future. Or last up, we check up on some of the community things, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, world? This is back into the video. Today we're checking out all things Once Human. Okay, so let's just jump into things. We'll go into what's going on with the Prism Clash scenario. So first up here, I have a very detailed video on this, what's going on with Prism Clash, the Rosetta faction, and Mayfly, all the differences with that there. However, other than covering that, we do have this official tweet where they went over here that in the new scenario or in Prism Clash, they've introduced 2 new Prism Deviations, and securing these Prism Deviations will grant you a lot of Prism energy, which is the main focal point of this. Basically, you're entering into other faction territories and trying to secure Prism Deviations. Metas who engage in battle with the opposing factions in the contest area and secure deviations will lead your faction victory, as they say here in the tweet. Which, yeah, essentially, depending on where you pick your spawn point, although it's dependent or faction dependent, where Rosetta will control the Blackfell area and a little bit around that. Mayfly will actually cover the bottom right of the map, which is closer to the Mayor's Market area. So again, if you want to enter those territories, or if depending on where you want to spawn, that is going to be dependent on which faction you select. There's been a lot of talk on the customizations of each faction. However, seemingly you'll be able to receive either of the customizations or customizations from the factions. It's a little bit easier for whatever faction you do select to get that customization. However, you can get the Mayfly customization on Rosetta and vice versa. The reason being is at the end of the season, you're going to get some crates. Those crates will allow you to actually open up and get those customizations, or you can also spend marks on that as well. So you'll be able to get either customization. It just might be a little bit harder to get one or the other depending on what faction you select. Now for those Prism Deviations, we actually do have a video from the Once Human team. They do showcase off these 2 different Prism Deviations, the first one here being the Radiant one, which can create a floating zone or a floating area to you to just be like in a gravity well. This allows you to reach heights that you could not have before, and even take on combat. There's also a brand new Berserkerus Rex, which is just like the Chephosaurus. However, you can now cook food with more powerful effects. So he will be cooking essential. You really do want this deviation, especially for certain buffs. He's going to help out a ton. Those are the brand new Prism Clash deviations that you can secure during that combat or contest areas. Also, with the new scenarios, we do have the Streamer Faction War. Now, we did actually have some big names taking part in this, which were some larger content creators and streamers. For example, Summit, Asmongold, and even Soda Poppin' were taking part in the Streamer Faction War. There's also a few others from some different regions. I'm also included on this list. In fact, I'm in one of the Once Human official tweets here, where they list off the Twitch Streamer Faction War. Now, these are some of the quote-unquote smaller creators, not the essential ones that are like massive on Twitch and YouTube. Although there are some larger creators in this category and list. Whereas you see here, my channel technically is under my Discord name, Utopia TTV, and my YouTube channel name is technically that as well, or at least the link referring to that. I didn't have first give on that link, or at least my custom link that you can make with YouTube. Someone had their channel name for like 15 plus years, so I didn't get the Utopia one without the TTV, so I did unfortunately have to add that for my channel link. However, it does link to my channel, which is really cool here, and it is under the Once Human official Twitter account. And I have already streamed with the Faction Wars. I will be streaming more overall. I am currently in the Rosetta faction for PvP 02, and I will also be playing my main character on PvP 04, which might also be in Rosetta or Mayfly. I haven't decided yet. In fact, I've been working on that or trying to discover or figure out which one I want to join. But yeah, I am listed under the Rosetta faction, so more than likely I'll probably go that as well on my PvP 04. Pretty cool there to be recognized by the Once Human team. I am in talks with the community managers, so that is fun to see there. There's also a ton of other creators that do stream nearly every day that you can check out on this list, and I'm sure they're worthwhile, so feel free to do so. I'll include a link to this post down in the description so you can check out all the ones on this list, or even the major streamers of the other one. Jumping over, we do have the Once Human co-dev feedback platform. So as an opening statement here, they said they've received a bunch of feedback since the release of Once Human, and they want to take your opinions and suggestions seriously. They've already implemented many updates in response, but they want to streamline this process of gathering feedback to help them better understand your needs. They've launched the Once Human co-dev feedback platform. So what exactly is it? What does it entail? It's a feedback platform that serves a bridge connection from Once Human's dev team to its players, which is through this platform or on their platform. You can actually report bugs in-game that you encounter and offer relevant suggestions. They will then review this feedback and adjust their development priorities accordingly. So in-game, if you press escape, you can head to the Once Human Code Dev feedback at the bottom. Outside of the game, you can do this as well, where you can visit this link, and I'll include it down below. You have to log in to access that so you can do the Code Dev feedback platform. However, in-game, there is these two buttons where you can make a suggestion or report a bug. So both of those are built into the game itself, so you don't have to leave it at all. However, you also can head to this link and offer your suggestions there. Now, they do give some suggestions, quote unquote, for actually filling these out. For the bug category, they want you to describe the bug as clearly as possible, including locations, steps to trigger the bug, what did you do before and after the bug occurred, and the frequency of occurrence. This will help identify the bug and fix that as soon as possible. For the suggestions tab, they welcome any new suggestions you have for the game. They will then be reviewed, compiled, and passed on to the developer. They will provide regular updates on them through Dev Talk and Developer Notes, which their first note here is it's meant for bug reports and suggestions only. If you want to report a player, you can make an appeal, or for lost items, please contact their customer support in-game or on Discord. So they don't want you to use these channels for those things. As of right now, the co-development or co-feedback platform is still in its beta, and so only English is currently supported. They're working to improve the platform and apologize for any inconvenience caused by that. So unfortunately, they just want you to use English through this channel. If you need to translate that, then there is that there. Moving on though, and slightly moving backward, we're actually with the streamer faction wars, Once Human did finally get its Once Human official Twitch drops, or the Prismverse Twitch drop. Now this didn't align with the same day, but it was a day later. So on September 27th, they finally did have those Twitch drops come out, where you can get the Lost Painter Mask and the Tiger Road DBSG. You can watch any channel that is over on Once Human's category. They do have to have drops enabled on their Twitch settings panel. I believe it's enabled by default, unless they have that turned off, but just make sure that they're on. Where you will have to watch a creator or a streamer for at least 2 hours if you want the Lost Painter Mask, and 4 hours if you want the Tiger Roar DBSG. Now last up here, last minute mentionals, we do have some stuff around the community. Now the first one here is actually an update for the game, but it was pointed out by the community over on Reddit. We have this post here showcasing that these small concrete walls actually did change with the recent update. So now they actually do have a different side to them instead of just being blank. So as you can see here, the original image just showcases the concrete wall, kind of blank, nothing crazy there. Where now on the other side, he didn't switch these at all. It actually changed to that black and gray gradient. So unfortunately, these small concrete walls did get updated and kind of are, I guess, quote unquote, ruining people's bases. Hopefully that can be reverted and fixed there. But again, if you've noticed any changes with your base and had this happen, that's why. Also, if you were watching me during stream, let me go over to this post here. The lootable furniture in this house over in Blackfell is actually gone, or at least some of it that was on the stairs. Apparently this was a place to actually get metal shelf, or at least this added to that loot table there, or you had a lootable chance to get metal shelves. Yeah, that really does hurt, because I believe there was 2 to 3 extra furniture cases here, or furniture tables that you could grab from. Hopefully those are eventually added back. Overall, it should about cover for today's video. If you like and subscribe, and until the next one. Deuce!